We will not tolerate violations against or by our own officials. The duty of upholding the choice made by Nigerians in democratic elections must never be compromised. Our attention has also been drawn to the omission of the logo of the African Action Congress, AAC, from the ballot paper for Lagos East Senatorial District. We have checked our records and confirmed the inadvertent omission. We have contacted the chairman of the party to acknowledge the error. The omission is inadvertent, and it is one out of 23,316 nominations in 1,558 constituencies. We promised Nigerians and the international observers that our situation room will be open to visitation. I am glad to note that yesterday, a number of groups visited the situation room. This will continue within the time allotted to the various groups for such visitation until the end of collation and declaration of the presidential election results. Meanwhile, collation of results from yesterday's elections continue nationwide. Almost all the states have concluded RA collation and are now collecting results at LGA level. Some have commenced state-level collation. We expect the state collation officers for the presidential election scope to start arriving at the National Collation Center later today and early morning tomorrow. Accordingly, the National Collation Center will be officially declared open today at 6 p.m. Collation will commence as soon as the results arrive from the states. On this note, I wish to say that Ekiti State has already concluded the process. The state collation officer for the presidential election is, as we speak, on his way to Abuja with the result of the presidential election for Ekiti. Just before I came for this conference, I was also informed by our Ekiti office that they have concluded Royal and House of Representative elections and have since made declarations of winners. So Ekiti is the first state to make declaration, and they are on their way to Abuja with the results of the presidential election. Already, some polling unit results are in the public domain. Let me once again reiterate the position of the law that only the Independent National Electoral Commission can tally figures, announce results, and declare winners in our general election. I urge all stakeholders to strictly adhere to the provisions of the law and be circumspect in this respect. We are doing everything possible to ensure the speedy collation of results and the declaration of winners for the elections conducted. I thank you very much for your attention. I'm ready to answer a few questions, bearing in mind that we have actually to go back quickly to prepare for the formal declaration of the Collation Center open at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. Now, as the Chairman stated, we can take a few questions. Wow. So many hands up. Let me start from that end of the hall. Number one, please take note of your number. Number one, number two, number three, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it, please. Thank you.
My name is Taiwo Amodu. I report for Nigerian Tribune. Despite the sustained assurances by the high GPs, even last Friday said the police was on top of security situation. We've had an election and we have violence in so many states, ballot boxes being snatched, ballot boxes burnt. How would you appraise the performance of the security agencies. Thank you.
Welcome,
Mr. Chairman, sir, my name is Shafiu Suleiman. I represent Liberty TV. We were told yesterday that the Commission had rescheduled elections in states where there were violence, states like Imo, Lagos, and Anambra. And today, you told us that the violence is not widespread, it's limited to certain areas. I want a clarification. Is the Commission rescheduling the election in the entire state, or just the areas that the violence took place?
Okay, my name is Okach, Amplified Radio. On social media, there are reports going around that the FCT elections result has been cancelled because the result went a certain way, and I would like the INEC chairman to confirm if that is true or not.
Shegun Ojumu from Silverbird Television. 3 policemen were deployed per polling unit, plus other security agencies. They were unarmed. But looking at the violence that happened in some polling units across the country, do you think, with benefit of hindsight, that that decision to leave them unarmed was ill-advised? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Friday Oloko. I work with newspapers. There were reports that specifically in Sabongari area, Kano, that voters were not even allowed to come out to vote. I have a sister who has been in Kano since 1979. So I'm talking based on what I was told. Did you hear of this, sir? Were you receive any reports? And secondly, sir, I would call it innocence, especially when it comes to the issue of result announcements. So I wouldn't know if you have anything to say concerning that.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. My name is Sunday Isua. I write for Leadership Newspapers. Mr. Chairman, you said that one of your staff in Imo State have been handed over to the police. Can we know the offense he committed? Then again, a lot of political parties, civil society organizations set up situation rooms, collecting results, and in which the social media have been bombarded with conflicting results. Have they violated the rule, the electoral act? Have they violated the electoral act? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Alexis from Reuters. The question is, how many confirmed deaths were there yesterday during the election?
Number 8.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. My name is Imo Ed. I work with Roots TV in Nigeria. I would like you to clarify the case of underage voting as reported by Connected Development in Taraba State.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Chairman. My name is Chikod Naka Eze from AIT. I would like to ask this question. There is a rounds that in Rivers State, a particular minister was reported to have gone into one of the polling units with military and also forcing the INEC official there to manipulate the process. So I want to find out if INEC is aware of this development, and if INEC is aware, what steps has INEC taken to see that the process is not manipulated in that area? Because the woman, the INEC official, the lady is already crying out for her life.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Chairman may wish to respond to those 12 questions, really, 9 people. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for all the questions and comments. Tribune, violence in so many states. How will you appraise the performance of the security agencies? I'm unsure that this is the right time for postmortem, because this is an ongoing process. Yes, election was conducted. Yes, we concluded the first segment of the election. And as I've admitted, issues have arisen. But I'm unsure this is the right time for us to have an appraisal of performance of institutions. Remember, in the next 2 weeks, we are going to conduct elections once again for governorship and state assembly. So it's always prudent in this kind of situation to conclude the process before you do a postmortem. Then you appraise the situation. But I want to assure you that with every situation, there are lessons to be learned. And once we learn lessons, there are steps that must be taken. So we'll review the situation after the elections, and then we'll see what further adjustments we need to make to the security architecture and to the way we conduct elections in Nigeria. Liberty TV, Imo, Lagos, Anambra is the commission rescheduling election in entire state or a part of the state. Where violence occurs or where there are violations that made it impossible for us to conduct credible elections in parts of a state, then obviously our solution will only apply to that part of the state. I remember in our regulations and guidelines, we made it clear that where there is a willful refusal to use the smart card reader, the commission will appoint another date to go back to those constituencies and conduct elections. And I've enumerated to you the number of states where yesterday we directed the resident electoral commissioners to conduct elections before we can finally conclude on those states. So wherever there are violations, and these violations will require going back to conduct elections, we will do so. But so far there is no state where such violations are wholesale across the entire state to warrant for repeating elections statewide. There is none. Is the FCT area council elections cancelled? Well, as chairman of Inec, I'm hearing this for the first time.